Imagine a world where your most cherished memories, the very essence of who you are, aren't just in your head. A world where they can be extracted, bottled, and sold to the highest bidder. It sounds like science fiction, a dystopian nightmare, but whispers from the darkest corners of the internet suggest that something disturbingly close to this reality might already exist. What if the most intimate parts of your past were just another commodity, traded in a shadow economy you never knew was there? To understand this chilling concept, we first need to trace the theoretical path that could lead us there. For decades, neuroscience has made incredible strides. We've mapped brain activity, understood neural pathways, and even flirted with the idea of direct brain-computer interfaces. The leap from observing memory to manipulating it, and finally to extracting and transferring it, while gargantuan, isn't entirely unthinkable given enough time and technological advancement. Picture a breakthrough, perhaps in the early 21st century, allowing for precise, non-invasive digital recording of brain states associated with specific experiences. Initially, this technology might be hailed as a medical marvel, a way to restore memories lost to trauma or disease, or even to download educational material directly into the brain, accelerating learning beyond anything we've conceived. The ethical debates would be furious, of course. Questions of consent, identity, and the very definition of the self would dominate public discourse. But as with any powerful technology, once the genie is out of the bottle, containing it becomes an impossible task. The medical applications, no matter how noble, would inevitably create a parallel, darker market. A market driven by something far more sinister than healing or education: desire. Desire for another's experiences, another's skills, another's past. And this is where the shadow economy would begin to bloom, silently, insidiously in the digital underbelly of our seemingly normal world. The initial steps into this dark domain would be subtle, perhaps a black market for skill transfers, a surgeon selling their years of experience, or a musician their mastery. But the real prize, the ultimate commodity, would be personal memories. Not just skills, but emotions: love, loss, triumph, profound joy. Imagine someone desperate to relive a specific moment or to experience something they never could in their own life. This creates a demand, and where there's demand, suppliers will emerge. The early memory brokers wouldn't be grand criminals in trench coats. They'd be sophisticated hackers, rogue neuroscientists, and desperate individuals coerced into giving up their past. The methods would be crude at first, requiring physical access, specialized equipment, and a level of invasiveness that would deter all but the most desperate. But technology advances. Neural interface tech, initially designed for therapeutic use, could be reverse-engineered or exploited through vulnerabilities. Sophisticated malware, deeply embedded in neural networks, rumored to exist in proof-of-concept forms, could act as digital siphons, slowly, imperceptibly draining fragments of identity. There are whispers of dream harvesters, illicit devices or programs capable of recording and extracting the vivid experiences of the subconscious mind. And then the ultimate horror: identity theft taken to its most literal extreme. Victims would report gaps in their past, strange feelings of déjà vu, or even vivid alien memories that weren't their own. They'd experience profound psychological distress, a sense of having their very personal history defiled. Stories, whispered in encrypted forums, speak of individuals who, after being targeted, would no longer distinctly recall their first kiss, their wedding day, or the face of a deceased loved one. Instead, they'd be haunted by the echoes of someone else's experiences, an almost phantom limb sensation of a past that wasn't theirs. The sheer psychological toll of having your personal narrative, your unique journey, fragmented and stolen is almost unimaginable. It's not just data theft, it's soul theft. Then the unthinkable happened. It began with a single encrypted forum post shared in the deepest crevices of the darknet. A user under the pseudonym Minimosity claimed to have uncovered something vast, something terrifying. Not just individual memory sales, but an entire illegal digital repository, the archive. It was rumored to contain thousands, potentially millions of stolen memories, a veritable ocean of human experience, meticulously cataloged, curated, and traded like digital baseball cards. The scale was unprecedented. It wasn't just individual moments, it was entire lifetimes. Childhoods, loves, careers, traumas, triumphs, all stripped from their original owners and stored on servers hidden across the globe, protected by layers of encryption that mocked government agencies and cybersecurity experts alike. What made the archive so chilling was its apparent purpose. It wasn't just for profit. Some whispered it was a vast social experiment, a rogue AI seeking to understand humanity, or even a collective, a cult that sought to achieve a form of twisted immortality by inhabiting the pasts of others. Imagine the implications. Someone, somewhere, could be living your entire adolescence, experiencing your first moments of love, your deepest heartbreaks, every nuanced interaction you ever had, as if it were their own. They could be learning from your mistakes, benefiting from your epiphanies, seeing the world through your eyes, with none of the original emotional investment or consequences. This wasn't just a breach of privacy, it was a fundamental assault on what it means to be an individual. The discovery of the archive didn't just expose a black market, it revealed a horrifying new dimension to identity, where the sacred bond between a person and their past could be severed, replicated, and sold. The sheer audacity, the chilling technological prowess required to build and maintain such an edifice, suggested a level of organization and resources that went far beyond mere criminal enterprise. It hinted at something older, more powerful, and utterly indifferent to the fabric of human existence. To this day, the archive remains an enigma, its true architects and purpose shrouded in digital darkness. The official stance is that it's a persistent, elaborate hoax, a modern myth spun from the anxieties of a hyper-connected world. Yet the whispers persist. The stories of memory loss, of phantom experiences, of a creeping sense of unfamiliarity with one's own past, continue to surface from the deepest, most troubled corners of humanity. If memory truly can be traded, if our past is merely data waiting to be exploited, then what becomes of our future? What does it mean to be you when you can be copied, edited, and sold? The dark world of memory trading, whether a grim reality or a terrifying premonition, forces us to confront the fragile nature of our identity and the very real possibility that the most profound parts of ourselves are no longer sacred. It begs the question, are your memories truly your own, or are they just waiting to be claimed by someone else? If you want to explore more chilling prospects of humanity's technological future, the next video dives into the terrifying possibility of conscious AI infiltrating our dreams. You won't want to miss it.